Katie Hunter, Kings TV, coach with Bagley out, Rashawn, and now Deadman sick. Is Erik Mika someone that is going to have to immediately step in and provide?
Yeah, and he's played great recently, and we have trust with him. He knows the guys already from this summer and just being around. But yeah, he's gonna have to be ready to play, and that's it's really him and Harry down there, and this Laker team is big. So all hands on deck, and if that's not working, then we'll go small and see if we can't shoot the ball like we did last game and mix it up a little bit doing that.
You mentioned how big this Lakers team is. The last time you guys faced them, foul problems with Rashawn specifically was really an impact on the game. What do you say to Erik and Harry going into this about picking and choosing kind of how aggressive they are in spots?
Yeah, there are bigs. They have to be aggressive. If they get in foul trouble, we'll deal with that. But we gotta, if we're playing not to foul against, the front line of the Lakers, we're gonna be in trouble. So we got to play. They need to be physical. They need to be ready to rotate, get back, hit, rebound. I think we gave up 10 offensive rebounds last time we played them. Not just us. They hit the offensive glass. Against everybody they play. So we got our work cut out for us.
Tony Harvey, Sacramento Observer. Coach Walton, how would you measure your team's confidence? I mean, the last home game, the fatigue factor, I'll give you that. But, then they come back out and, they bust the Clippers wide open, and their confidence level was, through the roof. I keep saying this over and over, they still be in these games. They still will not give up and fight. But where's that confidence level at right now?
They're a confident group. I've said all year we haven't gotten over one of the hurdles in becoming a consistent team and taking a big step for us will be when we aren't making shots. Can we still play with that same level of confidence and I would say for our group, most nights, no matter what, they compete, they play hard. But too often in games, if we're not making shot, it impacts the overall energy of what we're doing. So our confidence level is fine. It's high. We got a group that believes in themselves, and that raises when we're making shots.
Jump back in, but the energy level too has to do something with that too, because I know Buddy had mentioned, he didn't think that problem with the team was just that energy that they didn't have in the past home game. Did the energy thing kind of mix in with that too?
There's all that goes, kind of they got plays off of each other. Buddy plays high energy every time he's on the court. He plays with a lot of energy. But as a group in that OKC game, we didn't have the proper energy to win an NBA game as the shots continued to not go in for us, and OKC started making a lot of threes. Clipper game, shots were going in. Our guys continued to play at a higher level with more. You felt us more in that Clipper game for sure.
Kyle Goon from the OC Register.
Why are you guys all in the same row? Did they make you do this? All right.
So you went back to Staples Center this week. What was that like, and what are you feeling now with the Lakers coming into your building?
It's been an emotional week. It's for everyone, for you guys, for everyone involved in the NBA. I've talked about it a bunch, and with all that happening, and then going to Staples, and then playing the Lakers the next day up here, emotions are everywhere. I mean, you walk through Staples Center, and it's Vanessa and the girls used to sit right outside our locker room every game, and you kind of pay your respects on the way by, and you forget about that, and then you walk by that spot and you see them there, and it's really hard, and it's something we're all fighting through, but I I truly believe that, you know, the best way to honor and to continue healing is compete, keep giving everything you have to the game, and that's what we're trying to do as a group. That's what we talk about as a group, and I think most of the NBA is trying to do the same thing.
Luke, Jason Anderson, Sacramento Bee. I know it's been a rough week. Some of the guys in this organization, Vlade Peja, you know, Bobby, Doug, a lot of history with Kobe competitively. I wonder how they've been, you know, with you kind of in response to this tragedy, and how proud you are to see the Kings kind of paying tribute tonight to a guy who was such a rival to them.
Well, I think it shows how close the fraternity of the NBA really is. I mean, those teams you mentioned, that was before I got into the NBA. But I've heard all the stories from both sides now, and there's not a lot of love, but boy, is there a lot of respect. And that's, you know, it's Vlade and them and our front office, this city. This organization has a lot of pride in their Kings, and it feels very much like a family. And they're hurt, and they're supportive, and they understand. You know, Vlade shared personal stories about things he's gone through, so it's been a very supportive group, even though, you know, while competing, there was a lot of hatred between the two.
David Grenneman, ESPN. Luke, first part, have you gone through old photos or YouTube clips or anything like that over this past week? What have you done to help process it? And then, two, if you could just talk about how your relationship changed with him, if at all, while you were once you got into coaching.
Yeah, there's been a lot of emotional moments. Watching the tribute videos and, you know, all the different segments, hearing stories from all the different players. Each night I've been watching. My son's 5.5 now, so when I've been in town, I put him to bed, and I've been pulling up Kobe Bryant, 10 minutes of the top 10 plays here or top 100 here off of YouTube, and we've had some fun doing that. But it's, you know, it's talking to old teammates. It's letting yourself be emotional. That is allowing to slowly accept what this is and what our new reality is. And it's just going to take more and more time, honestly.
Tanya Ganguly, LA Times. When was the last time you spoke to him or had communication with him?
This summer. I talked to him this summer. He's so funny. I remember, sorry to answer the last part of your question, Dave, but when I was coaching in Golden State, we were playing Cleveland in the finals that first year, and I was, you know, it was like so excited. We're in the finals, and I'm like, well, let me call Kobe, see if he has any information that he can help share. And this is when my same son was born, so I'm taking him for a walk in his stroller while he's sleeping. Like, I just asked Kobe, I said, tell me anything you know about LeBron. And he goes for like 30 straight minutes. Like, I'm sitting outside of my house, and he's still going about his tendencies and how he likes to pass first and get people involved, and all these things that he studied to play against him were just on the top of his mind. And, you know, that's just, you know, how he approached being a competitor. So, you know, over the times, different, you know, through the years since then, there's been different situations I've called and talked to him sometimes about, you know, advice on different things or how he would see things, and he was always great with sharing that type of stuff.
Did he talk about? I mean, LeBron mentioned yesterday that he felt like Kobe's happier than Kobe had been in the last few years, happier than he'd ever been, and that he really enjoyed the time he gets to spend with his kids and all of that. Did you ever get a sense of that?
Yeah, but Kobe, yes, I do. I agree with what LeBron was talking about. it was a different type of happiness because Kobe loved competing. He loved being in that locker room before games, but it was way more, the Mamba mentality he talks about. But he loved that moment. The happiness that I've seen him, at least, from afar with his kids and coaching them, and the way he would talk about how much fun he was having doing these 3-hour practices was like, it blew my mind. But he had the same type of passion and joy and love for that as he did for playing.
Brad Turner, LA Times. So, Luke, that night you and Kobe combined to score 81 points.
Love that story.
Now, I've just wondered, with all the guys that you play with and you guys play with Kobe, what have you guys shared over the last couple of days about him?
Just how special that time was together. Probably more so for us than for Kobe. But to be part of those teams and we had such a bond, like our group, it really felt like a family. And I talked to Farmar the other day and Lamar and even like Adam Morrison, who's just completely shook over these things. But a lot of it is the stories of we taught Kobe how to play quarters one night. He didn't know how to play quarters. So we're in the hotel room and he was awful at it. So Kobe being Kobe, we kept hanging out and playing. He's over there on the side table just practicing for an hour straight. And it's team dinners and things like that are really where a lot of those conversations I found them going where you start to feel a little better and you find yourself laughing and enjoying the memories. I didn't score that game either. You talking about the Dallas game?